All right, I am Benjamin Turner, your behavioral health advocate here at Global Exchange 2023. Sitting on the Lightning Step couch with me is Ryan Brewer, CEO of Zia Recovery Center in Las Cruces, New Mexico. Ryan, I appreciate you joining us on the couch. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what Zia is doing.
Yeah, so I'm a co-founder of Zia Recovery Center. We started in about 2017,
Okay.
April 20th, actually, 2017. And the reason we started it was started by two guys in recovery. I'm in recovery myself,
Okay.
and my associate is also in recovery. And in Las Cruces, there was just a big gap of services for substance use disorder. There was some mental health stuff going on over there, a couple of hospitals over there, but there was really nothing like what I had been through myself. I had just gotten out of a program that was 13 months in California, moved back to Las Cruces, and I didn't know what I was going to do with my life. I was like, what do I got to do? So I started thinking, started really trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I met this other guy that was in recovery. We became really close friends. And I was at my house one day just thinking, like, all these things I've learned in life, all these struggles that I've been through, all these experiences that I've experienced in my life, I can turn them into assets and do something with it because I'm a pretty resourceful guy. I've had resources my whole life in several different areas. And now I have experience in this industry because I went through a treatment center. They taught me how to do all this stuff. I have a unique ability to bring this to this community that has this huge vacuum of services. So I got with this guy and I'm like, hey, you want to start some sober living homes? And that's how we started back in 2017, was just a couple sober living homes, a men's house and a women's house. And fast forward to now, we're a full-fledged treatment center, substance abuse treatment center, dual diagnosis, mental health, detox, all the way through outpatient, every level of care.
That is awesome,
Yeah.
man. That is awesome. Sounds
Yeah.
like you guys are doing some great work in Las Cruces. Um, Tell me a little bit about the role of nutrition in
Yeah,
supporting behavioral health recovery.
absolutely. It has so much to do with recovery. And I don't think a lot of people understand or realize that it's a big part of a holistic journey for anybody, not even people, not just for people in recovery, but for anyone in general. You know, what we put in our bodies it's going to make us feel a certain way. Addicts and alcoholics know that. People in recovery know that. I myself I'm an actual nutrition coach and a personal trainer, so I'm really passionate about this stuff, and bringing this into our program and implementing it into what we do at Zia
Hmm.
has been a really big part of what I'm trying to get going there 6 years later. So we're starting to implement more nutrition groups, personal training. We take them to the gym, things like that. So, for example, if you're eating a lot of crap, a lot of bad foods,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Sugars,
yeah.
saturated fats, things like that, really caloric dense stuff, it's going to make you feel sluggish. It's going to make you have a lot of brain fog. You're not going to be firing on all cylinders. But if you're eating really good fats, really clean proteins, drinking enough water, staying hydrated with the right electrolytes throughout the day, things like that, you can function better and you feel better. And just from my personal experience, going to the gym early in recovery and starting to clean up my diet, eating right, a training program, things like that. When I was in rehab myself, it made a world of difference in the way I felt. So we're trying to do that with the clients at Zia Recovery Center. A lot of people come into recovery not really educated on nutrition or exercise at all,
Yeah.
and they're a little hesitant about it. So we got to sort of educate them on it at first. We have a little bit of stuff going on at our detox center, at our withdrawal management house, where we sort of educate them early on what to do. We have nutritionists. Besides myself, we have another nutritionist that sort of educates people on how to eat, what to do. And then when they get into the next level of care, we sort of start taking them to the gym it's 3 days a week. And he shows them how to exercise, shows them the benefits of it, how to do it properly. And then once they get into IOP and outpatient, they sort of know how to do it on their own. We just started this 3 months ago.
I think it's
So
a
this
great
part of it,
program.
yeah.
Yeah, I think in society in general, we don't put enough emphasis on physical health and our nutrition.
Mhm.
And I can imagine that with somebody going through a crisis like this, that it's even more paramount to incorporate solutions to that within our treatment process as well. So it's great that you're doing that. I want to ask about technology that you're using within your organization and how maybe you're able to use technology to incorporate this nutrition, or maybe how it's hindering you or not allowing you to do it. Is technology helping you with this nutrition aspect?
So on a technological basis, the nutrition part of it, it's there's not a lot of technology to it.
Yep.
There's really not. The nutritionist is teaching our clients in group. He just goes in there and teaches them all about what he's learned, all about the good foods, all about what to eat, all about how you're not going to wake up feeling really sluggish if you're eating better, if you have a good exercise program. As far as technology goes with any of that, there's not a lot involved in it right now with
Okay.
what we're doing with the nutrition part of it.
Is that being tracked within treatment plans? I mean, are you able to track the metrics of how successful it is?
The nutrition part,
The nutrition
we're
part.
we're gonna try our best to.
Try the best to.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
we just started doing this nutrition part, like I said, about 3 months ago.
Okay.
So we're gonna start trying to track that stuff with outcome measurements, metrics, things like that, just to see how they're doing. We use the Recovery Capital Index to track measurements already, and that's some of the questions in there is that type of stuff. So we're already
Awesome.
sort of looking at that, but I do want to develop something a little more detailed in the nutrition part of it, to so the clients can actually see I came in like this, and
Yeah.
and and this is how I am now, specifically for their diet and nutrition and the way they feel, and linking it to their recovery.
Absolutely. I think it's
Yeah.
important to record every step of the process.
Mhm.
And if technology can be there alongside you guys as you innovate by adding things like this, I think it'd be only more beneficial.
Yeah.
Um, let's say, how does diet quality impact symptoms of conditions like depression and anxiety?
Oh, sugar's a big one.
Yeah.
Like if you're eating a lot of sugars, a lot of caloric dense foods, there's been studies out there that show if you decrease your sugars, if you decrease all those bad fats, things like that, your brain functions better.
Hmm.
I mean, I can't quote any studies right now off the top of my head, but the evidence is out there if you want to look it up, how sugar affects somebody who's withdrawing, how a high sugar diet can actually, it can be addictive. It
Yeah.
can be another addictive. It can be kind of like another drug. So if you get that stuff cleaned out of your body, and there's also foods. Food is fuel. Food is life. So what you're putting in your body is what you're going to get out of your body. If you're putting in junk, you're going to feel like junk. If you're putting in good stuff, you're probably going to have a much better withdrawal journey and a much better journey in recovery going into early treatment.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That is neat, man. Yeah, I really think nutrition and physical health is really a paramount part of this,
Mhm.
and if we're not addressing that alongside all the other steps that we're taking, it's only going to slow down the
Yeah.
process. So I really appreciate that type of innovation that you're bringing, and I think it's important that you have a platform like this to share that and maybe see other people start to add that to it. Um, other than coming here because we're in Disney and,
Yeah.
and we're going to Epcot tonight, what are you looking to get out of GXC in this conference?
Oh, just building relationships.
Yep.
Honestly, like there's so many great people here that I already know that I like to come to these conferences and see and say hello, how you doing? Build those relationships, and then meeting new people doing similar things that we're doing. Networking is where it's at, man. Because this is how I learned everything that I know about this industry, was coming to these conferences, coming to things like this, meeting people, implementing new softwares into our company, things like that. It's just the people at these conferences, they're in it for the right reasons. Everyone I've met is passionate about what they do. They're doing it for the people. There's not a lot of bottom line motivator stuff going on. It's all
Absolutely.
about people
People.
first,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
that's what I love about Global Exchange is
Yeah.
everyone I meet here, it's people first. We treat the person. The bottom line comes after that. Not yeah. So
Absolutely. No,
yeah.
it's a beautiful gathering of people, and connections are paramount, whether it's in our recovery process or to better the industry in the whole. So, is there anything I left out, Ryan, that you really want to make sure our guests know about? Is there anything I've missed, or something that you just really want to tell folks about what you're doing, or overall?
No, just overall in general. I mean, if you know someone that's struggling, or if you're struggling, just reach out to somebody.
That's great.
Like just talk to somebody.
That's it.
That's it, man. It doesn't matter who it is. Just reach out and say, hey, I'm having a hard time.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Again, we've got Ryan Brewer here on the couch with us. He is the CEO of Zia Recovery Center in Las Cruces, New Mexico. It's a great conversation. I really appreciate it,
pleasure.
and we love what you're doing. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much.
All right.